Dear Lord, before this day asks anything of me, quiet the restless places within my heart. Lift away the pressure to hurry, the fear of falling behind, and the weight I've been carrying longer than I should. Teach me that not every unanswered moment is an empty one. Sometimes the holiest work you do happens where nothing appears to be changing. There was a time when I avoided slow seasons. Whenever life became quiet, I immediately assumed I had done something wrong. If opportunities were delayed, I questioned my purpose. If my prayers were met with silence instead of immediate answers, I wondered whether God was listening at all. Waiting felt like abandonment, and stillness felt like wasted time. But over the years, the Lord gently began changing the way I saw those hidden seasons. What I once resisted became the very place where my heart started healing. The constant noise inside me slowly lost its grip, and I began recognizing God's presence in ways I had completely overlooked before. I discovered that His faithfulness was never dependent on visible progress. He was just as active in the quiet as He was in the breakthrough, patiently shaping my character long before He changed my circumstances. And that realization transformed the way I approach every new day. So if you've been wondering why this season feels slower than you expected, stay with me, because today's prayer is for every heart that needs to rediscover God's presence in the quiet places before stepping into everything He has prepared. I want to tell you something gentle before this day gets its hands on you. The most productive thing you can do this morning isn't checking a single box on your list. It's this sitting still, right here, in the quiet, before the noise has a chance to set the tone for everything that follows. So before you reach for your phone, before the rush convinces you it's already too late to slow down, let's just breathe together for a few minutes. Let's pray. Lamentations reminds us that God's mercies are new every morning, not recycled from yesterday's failures, not running low because of how hard things have been. Brand new, right now, for you. So if your mind is already racing, that's exactly why we're here. Because underneath all that motion, there's a question you haven't said out loud yet, one that's been sitting with you longer than this morning. Maybe it's not just today that feels heavy. Maybe you went to bed last night with something still unresolved, an email you haven't answered because you don't know what to say, a bank balance that doesn't match the bills waiting for it, a conversation with someone you love that ended in silence instead of peace. And now morning has come, but the problem hasn't left. You're waking up in the middle of it. That's a hard place to live, caught between what already happened and what hasn't been fixed yet. And if you feel that low hum of dread just from opening your eyes, I need you to hear this. That's not weakness. That's just what it feels like to be human with an unfinished story. But here's where we plant our feet today. In the middle of real chaos, God said something that still holds. Be still and know that I am God. Not be still once the situation calms down. Be still now in the middle of it, because stillness isn't the reward for peace, it's often the doorway to it. So let's not rush past what's unresolved. Let's bring it honestly to God, starting with gratitude for what's already true. Father, before I ask you for one single thing, I want to just thank you. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for a heartbeat I didn't have to wind up myself this morning. Thank you that even though nothing on my list is solved yet, you are already here in this room with me. I'll be honest with you, most mornings, I treat the quiet like it's empty. Like if I don't hear an answer right away, you must not be paying attention to me. But that's not true, is it? Your silence has never once meant your absence. I think I just confuse stillness with being forgotten. And Lord, I have to admit something else. So much of what I call getting things done is really just me trying to outrun how anxious I feel. I dress up my worry and productivity and call it responsibility. Forgive me for that. Forgive me for the mornings I've trusted my own grip more than your hands. Philippians tells us to come to you in prayer with thanksgiving woven right into our requests, not after the anxiety is gone, but in the middle of it. So that's what I'm doing right now, just as I am. And from this place of honesty, Lord, I'm ready to ask you for something I can't manufacture on my own. Lord, right now, I'm asking you to do something only you can do. Reach into the noise in my mind and command it to settle. Not push it down where I'll pretend it's not there, but actually quiet it, the way you quiet a sea that has no business being calm. I think of Elijah, exhausted and afraid, hiding in a cave on the mountain. God told him to go stand and wait. And first came a windstorm strong enough to tear a rock apart, but God wasn't in it. Then an earthquake. God wasn't in that either. Then fire, still not there. Elijah probably braced himself each time, thinking surely this is the moment. But God showed up after all of that in a gentle whisper. Not in the dramatic show of power Elijah expected, but in a quiet voice that asked him a simple question. What are you doing here? I wonder if that's been my mistake too, waiting for God in the loudest, fastest answer, when he's actually been waiting for me to get quiet enough to hear him in the whisper. So if you haven't answered yet, Lord, I don't believe it's because you're absent. I think your delay has been protecting me from a rushed answer I wasn't ready to carry. You're not making me wait to punish me. You're making me wait to prepare me. And from that place of trust, I don't need the whole future figured out right now. I just need today. So Lord, I'm not going to ask you to show me next month. I'm not even asking you to show me what tomorrow holds. I just need enough light for the next step, the kind a person carries down a dark hallway, just enough to see where to place one foot at a time. I think about how you guided an entire nation through the wilderness, not with a map of the whole 40 years, but with a cloud by day and a fire by night guidance that only ever showed up for the stretch directly in front of them. You didn't hand them the destination. You just kept walking ahead of them, one day's worth of leading at a time. That's the kind of presence I'm asking for this morning. Not the whole journey laid out, just you, going first into the next 12 hours with me. So whatever this day holds, the hard conversation, the meeting I'm dreading, the silence I don't know how to fill, I'm asking your spirit to walk into it before I do. Not to remove every hard thing, but to be present inside of it with me. And before we keep praying, Lord, I want to be honest with you about something I haven't said out loud yet. Let's pause here for a second. Just you and me, like we're sitting across a small table with our coffee getting cold, because the conversation matters more than the temperature. What is it that's really making it hard for you to be still this morning? Is it that if you slow down, you're afraid you'll feel everything you've been outrunning, the grief, the disappointment, the fear that you're behind in life somehow? Or is it something simpler than that? Is it that nobody's checked on you in a while and the silence of your house feels less like peace and more like being forgotten? I think a lot of us perform fine so well in the morning that we forget to ask ourselves what's actually underneath it. So I'm asking you now gently, what's the one thing you're carrying into today that you haven't told anyone about? You don't have to answer it out loud. God already knows it. Hebrews tells us we have a high priest who doesn't look at our weakness from a distance. He was tempted in every way we are, so he knows exactly how to meet us in it with mercy instead of judgment. So whatever that burden is, let's not carry it. Let's hand it to God in words. I will not let people dictate my schedule. God's peace is the filter for every decision I make. God is already in this day before I even step into it. I don't have to go first. I will not be slip apart on this and feelings of prayer. His timing is not his silence. God is not your thunder in conversations I'm dreading. I don't have to fight every battle with my own strength. I will carry today's burden one step at a time, not the weight of the future as it happens. God is near to me, even now, for he has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I will be still, and I will trust that stillness is not weakness. It's where he meets me. And from that place of declared trust, Lord, I'm ready to receive your blessing over the hours ahead. Go now, friend. Walk into this day with your shoulders a little lighter than when you woke up. May the Lord settle every racing thought before it has a chance to take the wheel. May your mind move at the pace of peace today, not panic. May your decisions be filtered through his presence, not your fear. And may your body carry the same calm your spirit just received: steady hands, a clear head, and enough strength for exactly what today requires of you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace, not someday, but starting in this very moment. So before you close this video and step into your morning, I want to ask you something. What's the burden you're leaving right here at God's feet before you go? Write it in the comments below, not for likes, not for anyone else to see if you don't want them to, but as your own small altar this morning, a place where you said it out loud and trusted him with it. Go in peace today. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where God meant for you to begin.